Hello, hello. So, people have been asking me multiple times on how do I prepare my briskets, how do I make my briskets. So I thought I'd do a little video or a tutorial on how I prepare one. I typically do mine overnight, prepare it the night before. So I'm gonna throw this on the smoker probably. See when I wake up, but I'm shooting for at least 6 o'clock a.m. So it's not a very big brisket. So first and foremost, making sure you have a sharp. I always usually wear one glove, so I use that's the one I touch most of the meat with, and then I have my other hand for my knife. So just get it out the bag here. Usually try to cut down on the fat side because most of that's going to get taken off anyway. So if I nick it or anything, it's not going to be too terrible. And you want to get rid of the purge. Can you grab me some paper, that paper towel roller, please? Because this is stewing in there. There can be some pathogens, different things that are in this, all that bloodiness. So get rid of that. Got my trash can right beside me. Thank you. And then you just pat it down. You don't want to wash it, because then that'll be introducing any other little pathogens or anything around your sink and all in your kitchen. So you just pat it down, get some of this excess. This is your point. So the fatty end that you hear people talk about, and then this is the flat down here. So the point actually comes, you can see on this side a little better, it runs down and comes under, and then the flat is on top here. So, and this is what they call the packer brisket. So I'm going to be removing quite a bit of this. They call it like the decal. So I'm going to be removing that, and there's actually a little bone here that's still in there. And this kind of the oxidated, guess you would call it a grayish meat. I'm just going to take all of that off as well. Pretty much doing the same. There's some meat that runs in here, so you just got to be careful when you're taking it off that you're not going too deep into your point. So I'm going to start on this side here and just kind of run. You can see, run my knife down here. Take off this big chunk. That's why it's always nice to have a good sharp knife. Alright, I'm gonna start taking this off. Like I said, I don't want that oxidized meat on there. Just getting this bone that was left on here out of here. Alrighty. So there's a lot of different ways that people will trim their briskets. So this is definitely not any competition. This is for backyard getting the most yield I can get out of it. So I ain't going crazy with the trimmings. And there you can see there's like a tendon that usually runs through here that's like real fibrous. So that I usually try to find that and get that taken off as well, because I know that would be nice to munch on. And definitely, as I said, this is a select, so can't compare it to show you, but you can definitely see there's not a lot of like fat marbling in the grain, so that really makes it like the choice and the prime. You'll see a lot more marbling in the grain. I said, just going down through. Try not to getting too far into my meat, but this fat right here, that's not going to render down at all. It's not that good, succulent, juicy fat. And when you start to see it, you'll definitely see the different kind of grain that the point has than the flat. So once you start doing it quite a bit, you'll see that you'll be able to notice quite a bit where it changes and which part's the fatty and what's the lean. Alrighty, so now I'm just trying to make it a little more aerodynamic. So you definitely can tell the difference when you get a good cut and then a cut that's subpar. But I couldn't pass these up. They were like $20 briskets in Texas, so you don't see that here in Ohio, even for the not so good selects but we'll make it do what it do. And this, it's just fat. Like I said, you just want to be careful when you're getting there because there is some good tender meat there on this point. That's where a lot of the burnt ends. If this was like a bigger cut, that's the other thing. I think this is probably maybe an 8-pound, something around there. So on the bigger cuts, this is a lot bigger. And this is where the Kansas City burnt ends come from. So I'm just trying to see this little stuff's gonna probably burn up anyway. So taking it off. And most of it's fat anyway. Definitely watch your fingers. This fat gets quite slippery. So if you see right here, that's a big chunk of fat. It's not going to render. So I usually just start taking it down bit by bit because I've definitely got a little eager or rushed and cut down through there and cut into some of my meat. So, and some people will take all of this off of the point and just leave some fat here on the flat end. But I kind of like a bit of the fat, so I've done it both ways. And one of the other tips I've seen, they'll grab it underneath here so your fingers are away. You cut it, or when you get up like this, cut it like that. So your fingers are completely away from where you're cutting. But the main thing is take your time and do mini briskets. Yeah, as you see, this is just coming down to quite a bit of fat that was just sitting right there that I paid for. And like I said, some people won't take any of it off and just smoke it up that way. But I like to take it down. And then you can kind of see how much fat you have anyway, right here. So just kind of taking it down, making it a little aerodynamic as you can. So that'll help your smoke to roll over it. I'm going to leave a little bit up here because I like some of the fats. So, just trying to take it down, trimming it around. Hopefully all this is showing up good for you. So there you can see as well where a lot of that fat. So I'm going to take that. And also try not to, like I said, try not to be in a rush. Just take it down. The whole beauty of any barbecue, especially low and slow, you can't rush perfection. And actually, once you start trimming them, that gives you start to see where your good cuts are. When you're out in the store, you can check out what you know is going to have a lot of fat on it, and you might want to pass it by. And you'll notice also when you get down, the fat gets kind of like pillowy, fluffy. That's fat. That's going to be pretty good. That's going to render down for you. Let me see. Just going to take some of this down off the sides here. Should be pretty good. Like I said, just don't want it too lumpy dumpy, so it'll lay down good in the smoker. And I'm going to be using the offsets tomorrow. So think I'm gonna do a little bit of the offset and then finish it off either in the pellet or the oven, one of the two. Just trying to save on fuel. Alrighty, looking pretty good. Now some people, I will do a put my seasoning on it too. But that's about it. As you can see, I'll take some of this off too. This. Like I said, I know there's good meat under here, so I don't want to go too crazy. But this is that dividing line. You'll be able to see it's real evident with this smaller one, but a bigger one, the flat's usually over it a little bit. But if I cut straight down through here, that's where I would be able to, there's a band of fat that comes off of the, where the point and the flat come together. It's just there with a nice chunk of fat. So most of the time that doesn't, you're trying to get that to be as soft and rendered as you can, but not usually. So some people will just right now just go ahead and take that off. And then this part's up here, I'm gonna remove most of it. Not gonna get, like I said, too crazy, but take most of this off so my rub can get on my meat. Get that silver skin and fat sitting there. And just go and pulling up so there's a nice good tension there, and just really slide in the knife once you get it pulled up like that, and sliding underneath the silver skin. Try not to get too much of the good meat. And like I said, there's always some that won't even bother doing this. They'll just throw their rub on and have at it. So figure out which way you want to be. Can't say one's better than the other. That's just how, like I said, how I started and doing mine. So never will hurt to experiment. Alrighty. Said I'm not going too crazy. Let me see here. But I do want to get, like I said, this silver skin stuff. It'll cook down. I think that's all I'm gonna mess with right now, because getting down into my favorite part, that's my point. So I like that meat. I think we got pretty well set here. Alrighty, so I will show you how I season it.